Good day dear listeners and welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I will be reviewing in 2 to 4 minutes, the book titled, Purple Hibiscus, by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Stay connected and follow along as we dissect the book. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's book, Purple Hibiscus, is like a colorful painting that tells a story about families, growing up, and finding your own path. The story happens in Nigeria, a place with a lot of history and change. This book is a journey that many people, young and old, can connect with. From the very start, Adichie's writing pulls you into the world of the characters. We meet Kambili, a young girl whose dad is very strict and religious. He controls their lives, and that creates problems. The story helps us see how families can have both good and bad moments, and how those moments shape us. Kambili's journey to become her own person is at the center of the story. As she grows up, she starts to see the world differently. She meets her aunt Amaka, who is different from her dad. Amaka challenges Kambili to think for herself and to question the rules she's used to. This part of the story reminds us that as we get older, we learn things that can change our views. The book also talks about Nigeria and how it's changing too. Kambili's family is like a small version of what's happening in the country. Her dad represents the old ways, while her aunt represents the new. This is a big part of the story because it shows how societies change, just like people do. Adichie is really good at mixing big ideas with personal stories. The descriptions of Nigeria's places and people are a special part of the book. When you read, you can feel like you're in the city of Enugu or the town of Nsukka. The words Adichie uses create pictures in your mind, making the story even more real. This is important because it helps us feel connected to the characters and the places they live in. One thing that stands out is how the dad and Kambili relate to each other. Her dad, Eugene, is strict, but he also has moments where he cares. Kambili's journey shows how she tries to understand her dad's actions while also finding her own voice. This part of the story helps us think about our relationships with our own families. As the story moves along, freedom becomes a big idea. Kambili's growth is like Nigeria's struggle for freedom. The book shows that change can happen in big ways and small ways, and that it's important to be brave and take steps towards it. The people in Purple Hibiscus feel real because of how Adichie writes them. They all have their own stories and struggles. Kambili's brother, Jaja, has his own journey too. And Father Amadi, who Kambili likes, brings more color to the story. Each character adds to the book's message about being true to yourself. To sum it up, Purple Hibiscus is like a puzzle where the pieces are people's lives and the changes around them. Adichie's writing is like a gentle guide that helps us understand the characters and their world. The book reminds us that growing up means seeing things differently and learning from new experiences. As we read about Kambili's journey, we also learn about Nigeria's journey. The mix of personal stories and big ideas makes Purple Hibiscus a book that anyone, young or old, can enjoy. It teaches us about family, change, and finding the courage to be ourselves. Adichie's storytelling takes us on a journey that's full of emotions, and we come out of it feeling like we've learned something important about life.